This is my journal that I think I'm gonna start doing, hopefully to help battle this depression, which is drives me crazy. My name is Michael Brubaker. I'm a 24-year-old male currently in college seeking a psychology degree. I was born with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, and a developmental delay. I was later undiagnosed with the ODD, and I was diagnosed with major depression disorder. I was diagnosed when I was 18 with the MDD, and since then my life has been, in a sense, a bitch. Because every single day, every single moment, I feel depressed, sad. Like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be around people. And it's just growing up. I grew up in a kind of abusive home. I mean, my mom, yeah, she was a good mom, but she mentally was abusive on us. And it's like if I try and talk to her about that, she'll deny it. But, she would call us every name in the book, and I think she resented us sometimes because of the divorce. And my dad was the same way towards us. And I mean, my past is what haunts me because when I was 13, I was molested by my older brother, and that's where I think I kind of started getting depression from. Is that's what fully triggered my onset of my depression. I know I said I didn't get diagnosed till I was 18, but I noticed it, I think, right after that time because I felt betrayed. I felt trapped because with my brother, he wouldn't give me an option whether I wanted to do it or not. If I wanted to tell my mom about it to get it to stop, he would threaten and say that he'd make something up to get me in trouble. And I was the kid in the family that would get himself in trouble a lot. So my mom would have believed him over me, especially since he's her favorite child. All it has been still is. And, the hardest thing right now is that about 2 years ago, I started dating this girl, fell in love and everything. A year into a relationship, stuff started falling apart. We both started arguing, bickering, and I knew that I carried a lot of baggage in the relationship from my past, and my disabilities brought in some aspects that made it hard. We both were abusive to each other. I knew I was possessive, and I didn't like it. I mean, and then, years when we started doing certain stuff, and that stuff led to us having sex, and first time we did it, I got her pregnant. And the minute that happened, and we realized what we'd done, we both panicked. We didn't know what to do. And she took the morning after pill, which I wasn't happy about because we agreed not to do that. But in the end, it didn't work. And a month later, I found out that she was pregnant with a child. And I was coming back from the Catholic conference retreat, and my life felt like it was over. And you might ask, why did it feel like that? It felt like that because I knew I couldn't take care of a child. I knew I couldn't keep it. And, you know, her mommy made that clear to us that we couldn't keep it. And we didn't want to abort the child because we both were against abortion, especially after we saw the baby. We couldn't imagine doing that. And we basically went to Catholic Charities and started the process of adoption. And those 9 months she was pregnant were hard. My depression got slowly worse over those months. It kind of sucked because, every guy, you get, at least most guys, you get somebody pregnant and you find out you're having a boy, you're supposed to be excited and elated, you know, but I knew deep down that he wasn't mine. It wasn't going to be mine. Once I put him up with that paperwork, he wasn't mine anymore. I mean, I hung out with her, I talked to her belly and went to what appointments I was allowed to. When he was born August 20th by cesarean C-section, and we did it that way for other reasons I'll probably discuss later. But he was breathing a little too fast, so he got put in the NICU. And we were gonna let the adoptive family that we chose come and see him, the next day, but because he was in NICU and we didn't get to have him in the room, we decided to have them wait till Saturday. And those 4 days were the hardest, because I knew those were the last 4 days that I could spend full days with my son, changing him, beating him. And we got lucky Thursday, he got to come in the room and stay in there. But on August 24th, that was the worst day, and best day of my life, because that's when we were officially given him up, and we basically, signed paperwork, and about halfway through, I started to have an anxiety attack. And we didn't have her parents in the room at first, but I knew her mom was good at calming her down with her anxiety problems, so her mom was able to calm me down. But since that day, I've had anxiety issues. But, a month went by, and, I got to see my son because it's open adoption, and that was hard because I knew the minute the visit was over, he would walk back out the door, and I wouldn't see him. And one of the other hardest things is that me and my ex were still doing stuff, and her parents found out and banned us from each other, banned us from seeing each other, which was the hardest thing ever because I enjoyed her company. I mean, I wanted out of that way, but little side note, I forgot to mention that we broke up back in February, and officially November we weren't friends or nothing more. We weren't even allowed to talk to each other. And I had 2 classes with her. I was going to UNT, and I ended up dropping out because basically that year alone, I was hospitalized 3 times. And during school, I would have so many panic attacks that was ridiculous and was hard to handle. And I was taking a developmental class, which made it even harder. But whenever I got the news I couldn't see her anymore, I ended up like, I can't handle this. So I dropped out and found out after I did that, the people who were paying for my apartment won't pay for it no more since I'm not in school. So I got kicked out of my apartment in January officially. And I lived with friends off and on for a while, but that kind of got old fast. And then I moved out to my grandma's in March, and that was difficult and painful because my grandma, she's a good person to a point, but she also has her dark side that gets really bad. But back to the main point is that lately I've been fighting my depression more and more than I ever have before. I keep feeling like I just want to curl up in a ball and not do anything, not exist. I mean, I made the decision to go back to school, and I'm at NCTC. I'm living in a dorm, but each day is a new challenge for me because I have to get up and go to class when I don't want to do that. And I've been seeing a psychiatrist, and I've seen a lot of them, and they've been doing this medication dance for 15 years. Nothing really has worked. And the psychiatrist I was with right now couldn't understand them. He put me on medication I was allergic to, and so I decided to stop seeing him. And this coming Wednesday, the 3rd, I see a new psychiatrist, and I don't have hope in this one. I mean, I have some hope in it because she's got good ratings, but it's like when you've been to so many psychiatrists and been on so many meds, you start to lose hope. I mean, the one thing that I know has kept me together and has helped me right now, and without it, I wouldn't be here. My religion, my faith in Catholic Church is what's keeping me alive now. I mean, because I get up on Sundays, or technically I went on Saturday, and I go to church, and that gives me some strength to get through the week. And one of the harder things right now is that about 2 days ago, I was talking about my past, stupidly revealing too much, and I knew something was going to happen if I didn't stop. So I ended up leaving, went back to my room, and popped on a sad song and saw pictures of my son, and I started to have an anxiety attack. I took my medicine, but it didn't stop it. So I went and got somebody, and I couldn't walk back to my room because they wanted me to get back to my room. They tried carrying me, but I ended up blacking out. I'm in the hospital. I ended up giving something to stop it, but now I have to live in the fear of when's my next anxiety attack going to be. Besides having to worry about when is my next suicidal thought going to come. Am I going to attempt it? Am I going to be free from this pain? And I know in this video I've been random, and I don't know if anybody's going to watch this, but if you do, sorry for jumping around. I decided to start doing these start doing these video logs, and hopefully I can give somebody courage. Right now I know I haven't probably shown any, but hopefully somebody can see this and know that there is hope. Because like with my depression, the one thing that helps is friends, some family that cares. Or just right now, I miss my son the most. I get to see him 4 times a year, but it just doesn't help that as much as I would like. I mean, I get to Skype him and everything. It's hard because I have to miss moments of his life. I don't get to see him walk for the first time. I don't get to hear his first words when he first says it. I mean, the family's great. They'll take pictures and probably do videos, but it's not the same. I mean, I could see my son 4 hours a year, and then when he gets older, it's gonna go less and less. And I don't know what to do anymore with that because you can't find resources for birth fathers because obviously most of the time birth fathers aren't in the picture. And it's like I'm right now. It's like struggling to not be afraid to have another anxiety attack. Because I was afraid to go to class the next day because I didn't know if one would surface, and by the time my meds didn't work, and it's like with losing my ex, after a second time of her basically breaking it off, I was like, I'm done. I'm not gonna fight for you no more. It's not worth it. And it's just like right now, I know I'm gonna say single till after school so I can graduate because I got 2 years left, but part of me doesn't want to wait that long. Part of me wants to fill that void. But I feel so alone half the time, it's ridiculous. But I think I'm gonna sign off for now and probably try and watch anime or do something